Hi, welcome to Take 5, where we daily consider devotional thoughts from Oswald Chambers' book, My Utmost for His Highest. Today is June 10th, and the title of today's devotional is, And After That, What's Next to Do? Seek and you will find, Luke chapter 11, verse 9. Chambers' study today defines the correct way to seek after God. He includes 3 common wrong ways of seeking God and the correct way, with heavy reliance on the letter of James. To begin, you ask and do not receive because you ask amiss, James chapter 4, verse 3. Chambers starts with that many seek God in error. They ask amiss. If you ask for things from life instead of from God, you ask amiss. That is, you ask out of your desire for self-fulfillment. The more you fulfill self, the less you will seek God. Many consider the reason for becoming a Christian is primarily for self-satisfaction. Is your goal in seeking a spiritual relationship to satisfy self or glorify God? That's an important point to ponder. Skipping over some sentences, the second wrong reason of seeking God is only in time of emergency. As he tells us, have you simply given him a feeble cry after some emotionally painful experience? It's sad how many call upon God only in times of emergency. And then third, from Isaiah, everyone who thirsts, come to the waters. Are you thirsty or complacent and indifferent, so satisfied with your own experience that you want nothing more of God? Experience is a doorway, not a final goal. Beware of building your faith on experience, or your life will not ring true and will only sound the note of a critical spirit. This person is one who has so much experience in life of being a Christian, the career Christian, that they no longer see any real reason for seeking anything from Christ, particularly regarding spiritual matters. Been there, done that is their attitude, which indeed can come across as critical in nature, particularly to the new believer. Chambers warns, remember that you can never give another person what you have found, but you can cause him to have a desire for it. Or the opposite, with an insensitive attitude, you can chase away a new believer. The correct way to seek God is with earnestness. Have a spirit of sincerity. Seek and you will find. Get to work. Narrow your focus and interest to this one thing. Have you ever sought God with your whole heart? This is the correct way of seeking God. Chambers takes the focus first then, knock and it will be opened unto you, and links it with James 4 verses 8 and 9, which says, draw near to God and he will draw near to you. Cleanse your hands, you sinners, and purify your hearts, you double-minded. Be miserable and mourn and weep. Let your laughter be turned into mourning and your joy into gloom. Turning to Chambers, draw near to God, James 4 verse 8. Knock. The door is closed and your heartbeat races as you knock. I had never considered that verse with such gravity. The door is closed. Why? Because of my sin, my depravity. I am separated from God. There is a barrier, a closed door due to my sin nature. OC continues, cleanse your hands. Knock a bit louder. You begin to find that you are dirty. Purify your hearts. It is becoming even more personal. The call of Christ is simply not a general call, but one which is quite personal. You are desperate and serious now. You will do anything. Lament, James 4:9. That word is translated as mourn in the New American Standard Version. Have you ever lamented? Chambers asks. Expressing your sorrow before God for the condition of your inner life. There is no thread of self-pity left, only the heart-rending difficulty and amazement which comes from seeing what kind of person you really are. The truly repentant is one who sees themselves as does God, one for whom his Son hung upon the cross. Humble yourselves in the presence of the Lord, and he will exalt you. James 4, verse 10. Chambers closes with, it is a humbling experience to knock at God's door. You have to knock with the crucified thief. To him who knocks, it will be opened. Luke 11, verse 10. If you haven't yet read today's devotional, I encourage you to do so, for it will enhance the time that we spend together. It's available free online. Please share any comments or questions below, also any prayer requests. And now may God's grace and peace be ours as we seek to live our utmost for his highest. Thanks for being here today. God bless you. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye now.